Today in our 2019 Chevrolet Suburban, we're going to be doing a test fit on the Thule WingBar Evo podium roof rack system. I've already got it set up, as you can see here. Now it's specifically designed to mount to your flush mounted rails on your Suburban. With this system, it's going to allow you to carry roof mounted accessories, things like bike racks, kayak carriers, cargo boxes, and much more. Now the wing bars are 60 inches long. You can see here how they span across the entire roof of our Suburban, allowing us to carry multiple accessories. We may be able to get 2, 3 bike racks up there, maybe even 2 kayaks. Now, the crossbars are aluminum, so you don't need to worry about any rust or corrosion. I've got the black installed, but they're also available in silver. If that's something you're interested in, see etrailer.com. Now you can see they have an aerodynamic design. This is going to be a lot quieter than your traditional round or square bars. They're also going to work with your standard clamp-on accessories, as well as your T-slot accessories. You see I just pivot the end cap to the side here, and rather than having to remove or trim that rubber strip there, we can just slide that T-bolt down through the center and slide it to our desired location for that clean look. 4 podiums is what keeps our wing bars in place. It's also what's attached to the fit kit, which is designed to attach to our flush mounted rails. If we remove the cover here, you can see how it's going to protect our hardware from the elements. It's also going to help deter theft. To give you an idea how that fit kit attaches, you can see the other side here. It attaches with 2 security bolts, and the security tool is included. That way it cannot be removed from our flush mounted rails. When everything's installed, our cover goes on, and we can turn the plastic key to keep it in place. Now if you'd like, you can upgrade that to a metal locking core to add more security. You can pick up a total of 4, so if that's something you're interested in, see etrailer.com. Now this roof rack system has a weight capacity of 220 pounds. That's a step up compared to some of the other roof rack systems out there. You do, however, want to check with your Suburban's owner's manual to see if your roof can support that much weight. Now I'll give you some clearance measurements. This will give you an idea of how much you've added to the roof of your Suburban, and it may help you when installing some accessories as well. So from the top of the roof to the other side of the bar is about 3.5 inches. From the top of the roof to the top of the bar is about 4 3/4 of an inch. So I've got one of my podiums installed here. Very easy to do. It just installs on the channel underneath. Let's go ahead and do the other side together. So we'll just grab it. We'll want to be sure to remove that end cap and then slide it on. So I've turned it over so you can get a better visual. Go ahead and remove that end cap like we talked about. Take the podium and we'll just slide it on like so. Now we don't need to worry about positioning it anywhere. We'll adjust this spread when we get it up on our Suburban's roof. Place the end cap, that way it doesn't come off, and we're ready to set it in place. Real quick, one thing we want to be sure of for both podiums is that the rod here, the 2 bolt holes are visible. If not, we can rotate it just like this. Just pull out a little piece here. Once you've got it lined up, just push it back in place. Now when we set the wing bar in place, we want to be sure that the larger rounded portion is facing forward, and the podium is actually going to sit just behind our bracket on each side. So I'll set the other side in place here, and then I'll line up the other side. Now we can grab those 4 bolts and get those started. Now this part can be kind of tricky. The goal is to thread the included Allen bolts through the 2 holes into the rod that we just mentioned. That's why we want to have the 2 bolt holes lined up. So we'll get it started on each side. Then we can take our included tool. And I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on the back side, keeping it in place while I thread those through. You want to be sure to do a couple turns on one side and then alternate to the other side. And before you completely tighten down one side, be sure to get the other side going as well. All right, go ahead and do the other side, and then we will adjust our bar overhang. Now for adjusting that bar overhang, you can see by not tightening down the 2 bolts on the podium all the way, we can still move our crossbar back and forth. What we want to do is just make sure we have the same distance from the podium to the outside of the bar on each side. Now you can either use a tape measure or you can eye it up, whichever you'd like to do. I'm going to use a tape measure and just make sure we've got that same distance, and then we're good to tighten down those bolts. Again, we'll just Do a few turns on each side. And by tightening this down, it will then lock in the crossbar, preventing it from moving. Once we're finished there, we can take our cover, slip that over, make sure we've got it all the way on. Now you can either use your fingers to do this, makes it a little bit easier if you use a flathead screwdriver, turn that, and then we're all set. Once everything's assembled and installed, you're ready to load up your favorite roof mounted accessories and hit the road. But that's going to complete our look at the Thule WingBar Evo Podium Roof Rack System on our 2019 Chevrolet Suburban.